Happy New Year!
Hey, buddy. Happy New Year.
2022. We are ringing it in loud and clear from Studios 1 and 2.
Studios 1 and 2, loud and clears. Loud and clears. Hey, buddy. Can I ask what you're wearing by chance?
Well, I was gonna. Did we plan this or did we
I
twins
don't
in a
know.
house thing?
I don't know. But look at this, guys.
Oh, sitting up a little taller.
The official
That's good.
official swag. Look at that. The official swag. Nice. Nice shirt. Look, what color's your shirt?
That's. I think my color on my camera's off.
Oh,
it's black.
Because I was like, I went with classic black. I know there's other options out there, but yeah, I went with the classic.
This is a classic black, and I like how it's got like the shadowing behind the letters a little bit to make them like pop off the shirt.
Oh yeah, just know. Yeah, nice.
This is very vintage.
Official swag, and of course I'm still sporting the mug, views from the backseat mug. So yeah,
but there's a challenge. There's a challenge with this shirt. I need somebody else to buy a t-shirt because Neil says his is rough like a paper bag and it's made his nipples bleed.
Dude, my nipples are like rubbed raw.
Are you like running in your shirt, or what? Are you doing jumping jacks or what?
It's just because I talk with my hands and I move a lot that it like rubs them raw because my nipples are always hard. If anyone cares to know or knew already, my nipples are always hard, whether it's 30 below or 100 degrees out. So yeah, so I like a nice cotton tri blend. So that's what I like.
We can upgrade. That's the store site in the comments or in the banner down at the bottom for right now. But we need one other person to buy a shirt and let us know if you have the same effect. I don't have that effect, but I don't. My nipples are not always hard. So
right. I'm just saying
I must not work out enough.
Or let's just do an option. Do you want the heavy cotton Gildan, or would you like a nice softer for the sensitive skin people and offer a tri blend?
Yeah, we've got the Indestructible Gildan shirt. I mean, this thing is gonna hold up through an atomic bomb. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like you can literally wash and dry your car with it, dry it out in the sun, and wear it, and it'll be like
put it back on. So yeah, I mean,
so they are durable. I'll give them that much. They are durable.
I think the colors and the font. I mean, I feel like we did pretty good with this.
I think you did fantastic with all the swag that's on there, and make sure everybody reads the descriptions to make sure you're getting the correct product. So we don't we don't want anybody unhappy.
There's some stuff on there that you could actually win something from Neil's junk drawer.
Yes. So
find it. There's your Easter egg.
Find it. So earlier today, or a little while ago, you said that you had a really, really nice dinner yesterday.
Yeah, so we rang in the new year last night with a surf and turf at our house. Dude, I had some food that I've never had before in my life last night, and that was caviar. We bought a little thing of caviar. Now, we saw the price ranges. It ranged everywhere from $10 up to $150 for like a little tub of this, and I don't know.
So you bought the expensive stuff because I know.
Well, the $9.99 one was sold out, so we went with the $14.99 one.
Gotcha. So is $9.99 caviar the same as sushi from a gas station?
I don't know.
Okay. Just
I have no idea.
Don't they always say never eat sushi from a gas station?
They do. I'll be honest. I do like grocery store sushi though sometimes.
Well, because they make it fresh. At least the ones out here, they'll make it right in front of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah. No, I agree. I'd love to hear some of your New Year's resolutions. I saw a meme that you posted about yours.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. So if anyone ever has any doubts, I will be the same. So
the exact same. So no resolutions. You're gonna be the same. I think the meme said that you're gonna be the same.
Okay.
The same.
How about I go to the gym more, or I do this more? And you know what? By February, March, you're back to the same old whoever you were. You know, I mean, you know what's funny? I mean, the gyms and whatever are gonna be so packed. January, February, by March, it'll be like it was in fucking November, December. No one will be there.
Right.
So
yeah, I saw.
You just gotta put up with a little bit of bullshit, and then you'll be fine.
I saw a Facebook post. I think it was from Behind the Shield. and James Gearing, and it was a picture of people going to the gym in January, February. And it was all like those funny, like funny clips of people at Planet Fitness using the machines completely
Oh,
wrong,
yeah.
all in one like compilation.
Those are great. Those are great.
Yeah,
I remember
Olivia's
a
trying
guy.
to egg us on. She asked, "What do you mean by they? Who are they? And who are they that make the sushi in the grocery stores?" I started walking down that path, and I stepped it back very quickly because I was like, I'm gonna put that filter back on.
Okay, so let's we can talk about it, but let's not. I mean, so when we went to the grocery store when we worked together, who was always working behind the Chinese buffet? He always yelled at us, "Hey, how you doing?"
Wasn't his name? What is his name? Twang.
Yeah, always made the best Chinese food. And then you go to the sushi stand, and they're, I don't know, Asians, Orientals. I don't know, what do you want to call them?
No, you can't say Oriental anymore. It's rugs.
That's rugs.
Asians.
You can't say that.
No.
Okay. Well, anywho, but
2020 PC, please say no. We'll see. 2022 PC.
Policing. Is there such a thing? Is there such a thing even with TikTok? Hey, you know what? Someone told us that we need to promote this show on TikTok.
So I've got top 10 lists that I found that I'm going to want to read through or share throughout the episode. And I found out the other day that TikTok, that website, was visited more often than Google last year. TikTok. Apparently, you can learn more through TikTok than through Google.
But you can't believe everything you see here on the interwebs. So
I feel like I'm turning more and more. Yeah, I feel like I'm turning more and more into the person in those progressive commercials, like when they say like you're turning into your parents,
Yeah.
The fact that I don't even have TikTok downloaded on my phone, and it's the #1 site in the world. I still go to Google for everything.
Yeah.
Google points me to TikTok.
Google or YouTube has a video for anything. Yeah. Really?
I've learned how to do a lot of things via YouTube.
I don't know how to tie my shoe. Oh, there's a YouTube video on it. I don't know how to set up a webcast. Guess what? You can YouTube it and know everything there is to know. So it's pretty cool.
Was that where you learned that
people will actually go out there and tape themselves doing it? So yeah, it's all good.
Is that where you learned to set like the computer on the boxes and to get the camera set right?
Actually, I should have made a YouTube video that says when you're not sure what the hell you're doing and you got to make it happen, this is what you got to do. It was pretty good. It worked. And I'm got you through. I'm like leaps and bounds from where we were. This is episode 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I've, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but you're like, the average webcast podcast lasts 14, 15 episodes, and then that's it. Yep. But we're on episode 11. We got a swag shop. We had a couple people ordered from the swag shop. So I think I don't want to say gaining momentum, but we're in this for the long haul. How's that?
Right. Got it. Olivia clarified her comment. So we can read your comments live, folks. So if you're watching this and they want to make it interactive, share your comments. And she said, when she said she wanted to know who they were that say don't eat gas station sushi. Who told you not to eat gas station sushi?
Google it, everybody. Everybody says don't eat gas station sushi. So they is everybody. Yeah.
But what we were just talking about as far as episode 11, people burning out episode 14, kind of goes into this as to why do you think people don't hold on to resolutions? And I've been thinking about this a lot recently and through some, it's lack of consistency, quite frankly. People feel good right to start with, but once the going gets a little tough, or they're not seeing that immediate result, or they hit plateau, they give up. And I think that's why people quit podcasting at episode 14 on average, is because the excitement's over. They've put in the work. They're not getting famous and recognition all over the world yet, and so they quit because they lack, quite frankly, people lack consistency.
I can see that. And like my point of view on this, it's like if you were still in town and we talked every day, it'd kind of be like, well, this is fucking bullshit. But since we don't talk every day, we are far apart. I have fun because it's almost like catching up, and everybody else can hear our stupid fucking stories.
Right?
So
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of fun like that. And I was talking to a guy that really didn't know that we were doing a webcast that that I work with on another shift, and I told him and I sent him the link, and he's like, "Oh yeah, me and whoever were thinking about doing something like that to capture these stories that everybody has."
Mm-hmm.
And I sat back and I thought, I was like, you know what? With the new generation coming on and the old guard leaving, who's going to keep up the stories?
Right.
I mean, there's stories that happened before we were hired that we'll probably never ever hear again.
Yeah, and I'd love to start.
Just need like a time capsule to capture, because they're hilarious stories.
Well, and maybe that's what, and I agree. And we need to find people that want to come on here and share their stories. We can be that time capsule.
And we have shared funny stories. The Dragon Cinnamon Challenge and all that. So at least we have it on some kind of platform that you can go back and listen. No, I'm serious.
Right. Yeah. No, and you're absolutely right. I mean, and this is why I think this show has so much potential, is because there's so much history in the fire service that you're right. It is moving on and moving out. Just to put a pin in the consistency thing real quick before we move on about that, because I think that's a great trajectory for views from the backseat. I think people will love it. Was when it comes to consistency to see the results. We've got a friend here who we were at his house yesterday, and he said that he posted on social media, but we talked about it too. He was in the gym 318 out of 365 days last year because he put health and wellness as a priority.
Yeah.
But he also admitted that he's got 3 dogs, one of which is elderly, so those dogs are his kids. So he then took care of his family. And he's also a real estate agent, and he was literally one of the top, if not the top, selling real estate agents in the Denver metro in 2021.
Is this the guy we met, or is this someone else?
No, it's who you met, and he'll fully admit it's just about being consistent and being efficient with your time. Like we as people tend to waste so much of our day and so much of our time. When if we could just find very, very efficient pockets of time, we could do so many crazy cool things in life. Yeah. But there's a philosopher that I love, a Stoic philosopher named Seneca. He actually says that life is not too short. It's that we waste so much of it. And I think there's a lot of truth.
Yeah. I tend to, but it's like I work my ass off like fucking 7 days a week. I'm fucking, if I ain't working at the firehouse, I'm working my part-time job. I'm fucking working my ass off, but but then I'm in fucking Mexico 2, 3, 4 times a year. So that's my reward. If I don't have time to do this, or if I don't have time to do that, it's because I'm working. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm actually enjoying, because like when we go on vacation, that's it, man. It's fucking vacation mode.
Right. It's another thing about that is that to truly live a life of non-burnout, you have to live in what they call binary terms. You either have to be at work, so 1, or off work, 0. To play in that gray area is a recipe for burnout and mental fatigue and everything else. And I know there's jobs out there where you can't do that, but you've found a way to literally you work 7 days a week most of the year. And then when you're on vacation mode, you are offline, period, 0. Yep. So and that's the binary life. That's ones and zeros. So even you who is working a job where even if you're off duty, you're still getting text messages or phone calls about work. You're living in that gray area. But when you're on vacation, boom, 0.
That's it. We are on vacation. We are enjoying the sun and cocktails by the pool.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So that's that 1-0 life. So anybody can find it. You just got to actually do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because so many people go on vacation and they still answer the text messages and phone calls and emails for work.
Yeah. And like I'll check the face pages and shit, but it's like, I mean, so when COVID struck or whatever, we were okay. So when was it 2020 that it started, like in November, December of 19, and then the big deal was it started in 2020, where it's like locked down the fucking borders and all that.
I think everything locked down kind of March 2020.
Yeah. So we were literally in Mexico when we heard that, and we're like, oh fuck. If we were in Mexico 2 days longer, we would have been fucked trying to get back home. But it's like you don't pay attention. You don't pay attention to the news or nothing. I mean, when we go, we are in vacation mode. Nothing else matters. I mean, the earth can be fucking burning down, and we will never know, as long as the beach area is not burning down.
Well, that's actually another valid point. Is a lot of people get so caught up in this whole global scope, this global view, and they worry about everything in the world because they're watching the news and reading newspapers and taking it all in. When if you actually stop and think about what is actually influencing, like if you bring your scope down to like today's life, right now, today. I mean, we had terrible wildfires just north of us, north of us.
Yeah, that was
but honestly,
crazy.
the only reason they are
done. Okay,
it's done. About 1,000 houses lost in those wildfires. Crazy. I mean, it's nuts. It's terrible. But if we had not gone out to dinner that night, I'll be honest, I wouldn't have known about it until I clicked into the news the following morning, because it was, I mean, I hate to say it, but it wasn't directly impacting my life. And we went out to dinner, so it was on the TVs at the restaurant.
Right.
But if I was just at home, when we were at the firehouse, I would watch the news. We watch the news 24/7. We watch the 6 o'clock a.m. news, the 10 a.m. news, the noon news, the 4 o'clock news, the 6 o'clock, the 10 o'clock p.m.
And it was all the same shit.
Right. But we lived it so much over and over and over again. And so I'll be honest, since I left, I do not turn on the local news. I very rarely turn on national news. I find my sources that I feel are fairly non-biased and try to put in what I want to once a day, kind of like the old days where you read the newspaper once a day. And then I go about my life, and guess what? The stress is so much less because, quite frankly, it's outside of my control. So it's outside of my sphere of influence. And so I can't worry about it.
Exactly. I mean, you can sit there, bitch and complain and moan, but if you aren't going to actively do something to change that, shut the fuck up, man.
Right. And don't worry about it.
Yeah. Don't let that ruin your life. Because if you're not going to actively do something to make a change, then I don't want to hear it. I don't.
No. Yeah.
Let's just move forward. Don't be a tough guy on the face pages. It doesn't work.
No, man. That's about as deep as views from the back seat can get, folks. So stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned for more. 2022 is going to be awesome.
Let's look back at 2021. I found some interesting things. You guys still watch Netflix at the firehouse?
Well,
no, you guys had to stay all by yourselves.
We had what?
Stay by yourselves. Stay isolated.
Well, no, we can as long as we're wearing masks and 6 feet apart. So we still gather around the old electronical box out there. Watch some TV. So
again, I feel like
new season of Letterkenny just is out. So
I have to look. I still haven't watched it yet. So I pulled up like the most streamed TV shows and stuff on Netflix, and again, I'm feeling
Rock of Love's got to be on there.
I'm feeling more and more like the progressive commercial folks. I mean, I'm looking at the top 10, and I haven't even heard of. I'll be honest, I have not even heard of 8 of the top 10 most streamed shows in 2021.
Okay, Netflix. What are they? What are they?
Number 1 is Squid Game, which I've heard of.
I've heard of. I don't understand it or what it is, but okay. That reminds me of like Squidworks from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Right.
Or whatever his name is. Squid.
Who? Lupin Part 1.
Lupin?
Right? Yeah, right?
Nope.
Money Heist Season 5. That's been around for 5 seasons and I've never heard of it.
Money Heist. I thought that was a movie with Wesley Snipes. Oh, no, that was Money Train.
Okay, a show called Maid. Nope.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Sex Life. Never heard of it.
Nope.
Sweet Tooth.
Nope.
Fate, the Winx Saga.
Nope.
No joke. Sex Education Season 3.
Oh, well, there are 3 seasons in. I've never heard of it.
Right. Shadow and Bone is number 9. And then number 10 is Lupin Part 2.
All right. So I've
heard of one. I've heard of.
What about Rock of Love and Rock of Love RV? Those are the damn shows.
Those are what people should be watching.
Exactly.
Olivia says I've heard of Sex Life. I made you watch. Oh, I've seen one. I've seen one.
Wait. What's this?
Wait.
Oh, how do you?
So she's correct. So there is.
I made you watch the Big Dick episode. So
No,
okay. So how do I get rid of that? So what really is a big dick? Honestly.
So there was this little challenge going around from her friends about sex life. We literally watched.
Is this the TikTok challenge?
No, 30 seconds of
Okay.
this of one of the shows, and there is a scene, a shower scene with two dudes in the shower.
Oh, like two
And
dudes in the shower?
yeah, like they're at the gym or whatever. And so there's this scene where one guy's showering and like there's another guy in the stall or in the shower next to him, but it's an open shower because like a gym, kind of like Firehouse. And the other guy in the shower like turns around and has like has like a fucking elephant penis. No joke. I mean,
like they show it.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh, that's fucking trick photographies.
So
photography.
So this challenge was what
CGI, computer generated, whatever. Yeah.
The challenge that her friends did, I think, is actually pretty hilarious, and I approve of it, and I think it's hilarious. Her friend said, watch like episode 5, so many minutes into it, and watch and record yourself and of your partner, if you can, watching this to see their expression when they see this moment. And we happened to be at an airport. We didn't know what the scene was. So we took this challenge at an airport. We're sitting at the bar where like the computer screen, the iPad screen was facing out to like the main concourse where people are walking.
Oh, so everybody sees a big, huge dick.
So so we're watching this and we record ourselves, and all of a sudden this dude turns around and it's just big old.
Did you say like, oh, that's a huge dick?
Yeah, so that's the challenge for sex life.
I'm pretty sure I am not gonna. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna. Gretchen might be Googling that shit right now, but I'm not.
Watch it with her. Record yourself. Well, I gave it away now. Now you know. Now you know what it is.
But still, you're still gonna be surprised. You're like, holy shit. So it's like Johnny the Wad Holmes, like reincarnated. Is that what you're saying?
This dude, okay. It's
the hedgehog.
Big old
Ron Jeremy's the hedgehog, really making movies again.
Ron Jeremy's he's in prison.
Oh,
he's in all kinds of trouble. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, apparently having sex in the porno industry wasn't enough, and so he actually like went and like sexually abused people also. So yeah, so he's actually in the clink. He probably had
in the clink with R. Kelly and all them, right?
Exactly. He probably had that
eating fucking Cornish hens.
That's the word I was looking for. He had Cornish hen on Christmas Day, like the rest of them in the prison industry.
Hens, yeah, awesome. That's fucking great. Oh, man. Well, I guess I got to wear a fucking free Ron Jeremy shirt next week. Then I'm gonna find one of those.
Yeah, next week I'll just put episode 5 and put the minute markers on my shirt. That'll be my secret message.
You know what? Why don't you put that on the webpage for the challenge, and we'll see if anyone posts anything, and then we'll put them on the show.
Yeah, I could.
I'll see if we
still have the video from my challenge.
We can try to figure that out, because there has to be a way to like fucking show shit on this page somehow.
Yeah, sure.
Has to be
sure.
That'd be a good challenge. Good challenge.
Well, since we're talking about,
so how about the best reaction wins something out of my junk drawer? How's that?
Best reaction wins a T-shirt.
Okay.
We have swag to give away now.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the best.
I'll put that challenge up on our Facebook page.
Okay.
With Olivia's, with my reaction.
Okay.
So that way you'll know. That way you know where you're at.
Okay. So we got to set a bar somewhere. Yeah. So there has to be like, this is what somebody else thought. So yeah, and it's got to be genuine. You just can't be like trying to win fucking swag, you know.
Right.
But whatever. Yeah. Hey, whatever it takes to get fucking viewers. Yeah, we don't care.
That's right.
We'll throw out free t-shirts.
Yeah, I'll put the challenge up in a couple of days, because I know people will turn around and watch this after the fact. Part of this is part of the surprise factor too. So people will click into this challenge or look and find it on Netflix, and then they'll be wowed.
All right. Netflix is not paying us for any of this, by the way. So yeah.
No. So just because I had a feeling or the conversation may go this route, I found out the year in review from Pornhub, because curious, right? And I figured that we might go into a sexual conversation at some point. It just happens.
Like now? No, why not now? Okay, so
all right, top searches from 2021 from Pornhub. I don't understand. Okay, I just don't.
Do you want to know what I searched, or you just want to go through the top 10?
You tell me what your top search is, and I'll tell you if it's on the top 5. No,
midgets.
That's not on the top 5.
Okay.
No. Oh, here's an interesting stat. Here's an interesting statistic from this website. They do a year in review like every website does. So the top country by traffic was the United States, right?
For porn.
We watch a lot of porn, I guess.
Well, have you seen all the data centers they're building around by us?
Oh, yeah.
That's all the porn. Centers. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But here's the sad part, America. Time spent per visit on that website, because let's be honest, we know what you're doing if you go to that website. We're not in the top 5 for the most time spent.
How much time do you need to spend? I'm talking 30 seconds. What is it?
Well, the number 1 country was the Philippines. They stayed on that website for 11 minutes and 31 seconds.
Girly boys, because they got a lot of girly boys.
And Japan was number 2 at 10 minutes and 3 seconds.
Same thing.
I mean, boys. Ukraine was number 5, and they're down at 9 minutes and 53 seconds. I mean, at the USA, most traffic, least amount of time. What's that?
Like how much? How much time?
It only tells me top 5.
30 seconds, man. Because you're just like, bam, bam, bam. Let's see this. Let's see that. I mean, I'm like fucking ADHD when it comes to those porn sites. I'm like, I want to see this. I want to see that. I want to see this. I ain't got 8, 9, 10 minutes to watch a goddamn video. I want them 30-second ones. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, I'm good. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Because remember, what are you always 2 clicks away from on the interwebs?
You're always 2 clicks away from BBC.
Yep, big black cocks. Always.
2 clicks, no matter where you're at.
Yep.
So the internet, and the internet's a dangerous place, folks. You're 2 clicks away.
Yes.
Which brings us back to episode 5 of Sex Life. So
yeah,
he's not black.
Yeah. Though. So unfortunately, I guess I'm gonna have to watch this. So yeah, you post it, and I'm gonna watch it. And yeah,
we'll do.
Yeah.
So
all I know is I was in the Army, and all men are not created equal. I can guarantee you the fuck that. Okay.
Right. You got to use what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, figure out how to use it to the best of your ability, folks.
Exactly.
Yeah. So since TikTok is more popular than Google, I did pull up Google just to see what their top 10 things were, since I'm an old man on progressive commercials now. And dude, there's stuff on here that I don't even know about. It's like I'm so out of touch.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm so out of touch in this world at this point. Yeah, top 10 searches on Google.
All right, so let's just go through a couple of them. So what are the, I mean,
number 1 was NBA. Apparently people love the NBA. I haven't watched a game since Scottie Pippen played. Okay. And for those who don't know Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan.
I haven't watched a full or even partial basketball game. Last time was like when the Chicago Bulls were just like kicking ass. And then when they had their dynasty, it's like, fuck, who fucking cares?
Oh, so yeah. Number 2, DMX.
I watch more golf than I do basketball. Let's put it that way.
No, and I fucking hate golf. You fall asleep.
Yeah,
that's true. So number 2 is DMX. What is that? What is DMX?
Because he fucking passed away. DMX is the fucking rapper.
Oh,
have you not? No. Stop, drop, set it up, shop. I posted that on my fucking that's DMX. I will put that on our webpage. Okay. Right. Yeah, DMX, he passed away.
Okay, so people want to know DMX. People want to know that why he died, I guess, or that he died. 3 and 5 are tied together, I believe. Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. I think that was the couple that.
Who was that?
She got murdered in the van, and then they found his body in like the Everglades down in Florida or something like that.
Oh, is that?
So I do know that story.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of it, but yeah, I really don't give a shit. But yeah,
right.
Sorry to the families, but yeah, I'm sorry. That doesn't trick my trigger.
No, and number 10 is Squid Game. So back to Netflix. People wanted to know what Squid Game was all about.
I think they got like 1 or 2 seasons out there, don't they? Squid Game.
Yeah.
Every time you say Squid Games, I just think of SpongeBob SquarePants. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's how childish my mind is.
I don't understand it either. I just don't. And when it comes down to just like, I don't know, different categories, how to be eligible for your stimulus check. I mean,
are they doing that again? Oh, or
no,
was it this
that
past
was
year?
from 2021.
Okay,
So
okay, so
people wanted their money.
okay, so the stimulus check. Of course, I didn't get one, and I ain't got fucking 8 kids, so I still didn't get one. But they said, no joke, if you took that $1,200 and invested in Bitcoin, it would be worth $68,000 today.
Well, I didn't.
What? Okay, because everybody's like, oh, this fucking crypto's this crypto's that. That might be the future, man. Hey, and who fucking cares? You didn't earn that $1,200. Someone just said, I'll give you $1,200. They didn't give me $1,200.
Speaking of the crypto world, I'm not missing out twice. So we read some daily morning news emails that come in about finances and stuff, and they were talking about this thing called the metaverse, which I don't know anything about, but I said I am not going to miss out on the next cryptocurrency. So I may or may not have bought. So in this metaverse, you can actually buy in the world that we invested in. You can actually buy physical locations, and no joke, I'm an Iowa Hawkeye fan. They're playing today in a New Year's Day bowl game, so I'm excited about that. But Kinnick Stadium was already bought. So in this metaverse, was an investor in the metaverse.
Was it up for sale? You just can't buy something if it's not for sale.
Yes, you can. It's in these worlds right now. So they put so
you will never own nothing unless you have a piece of paper that says you own it.
You get the NFT, the non-fungible token, on the Ethereum blockchain for this. Okay, now it's sounding like sci-fi shit.
Motherfucker, man, you just made my head spin. NFT, blockchain, and yeah.
So okay. Olivia and I, guess what we bought? We bought one piece of land in the metaverse. I own Jack Trice Stadium.
Bullshit.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
like Olivia, you.
Olivia and I, we own the non-fungible token for Jack Trice Stadium. So
and nobody else does.
No. So any of those Iowa State fans out there, if you want to buy Jack Trice Stadium, you got to come through this guy.
Wow. Nice.
So nice. Yeah, I own a football stadium in the metaverse on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah, in the metaverse. Yeah. Yeah. So not only is there an infinite universe, there's now a fucking metaverse that ain't no one fucking understands what the fuck that is. But good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, we don't know what it means either. But
does that mean like season tickets?
I wasn't gonna miss out on the. I mean, you and I talked about Bitcoin when it was like $500 a token.
I know. Everything we fucking talked about actually came true, and we just never jumped on it.
Well, I'm talking to you now about the metaverse and me owning Jack Trice Stadium. So,
well, okay, so I'm selling the views from the back seat empire. We're calling it an empire.
Cool,
who wants to buy that?
We can make an
NFT views for the back seat empire.
We could actually figure out how to make these tokens for it, these non-fungible tokens, and sell it.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to buy.
So is that like the same thing as like I can buy a fake piece of stock for the Green Bay Packers that don't mean shit? It's just a fancy certificate for $300. Oh, yeah, no, you're really not. You got a fancy piece of fucking paper for like $300. Yeah. Okay, we'll hand out free pieces of paper. Fuck.
Listen, that's a great business model. If I could sell a $350 piece of paper over and over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember what I wanted to be? I know we're way past time, but this last quick thought. You remember when I wanted to be a dirt broker?
Yeah. Do you know how fucking rich you'd be right now with everybody moving dirt from one side to another with all the construction going on by me?
Yeah. I mean, so for those that aren't in the know, we were driving down the road, and I literally saw a sign that said "dirt for sale." Dirt for sale. Guy's trying to get rid of his extra dirt. And he kept driving around the corner a couple miles down the road, and there's another sign that said, fill dirt needed, dirt wanted. And I was like, man, I could be a dirt broker if only somebody would connect person A to person B, the person that wants to get rid of their dirt and the person that wants to buy their dirt. I was like, son of a gun, I could be a dirt broker and just make millions of dollars just connecting people for dirt.
But then we actually kind of label you a fucking dirtbag broker, but it's all good. Well, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, exactly.
Dirt broker. Yeah, so if you've got that was one of those ideas that we talked about that did not come to fruition. But we talked about that every time we passed those signs.
We've talked about so many things that never came to fruition for us, but for other people it did. So hey, just like to congratulate them people that jumped on our ideas and are now doing pretty well. So
that's right. That's right. If you got any ideas for our businesses, put them in the comments. We'll
put them in the comments and yeah. Put those in the comments and put your reactions to the big red throbbing cock video scene or whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, this episode's title is going to get some people's attention.
Good. We need that.
Right?
We need that. We're like so. Not only are we a show about nothing, but let's be like the fucking shock, like like Howard Stern's like the shock jock. Let's be like the shocker of webcasts.
That's right. Right. The shock jock crew.
So we wouldn't be shock jocks. We'd be shock something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Semantics.
Cool. Right on, man.
It's semantics.
Right on. Yeah. All right. Well, those Hawkeyes are about to kick off. So I'm going to
they are. And
go watch this football
we're
game.
Here at the shop. I'm sure nobody's watching live, but feel free to stop on by. We got the beers, the vodkas, and we'll have the game on the big screen, and we're just going to hang out and watch the game.
Sounds good, man. We're going to do about the same. Run upstairs, turn it on, and enjoy the day. Got to go shovel some snow. We got about 4 to 6 inches of snow last night, so take care of that.
Yeah, and I'm sure, that shit's coming here now, so, yeah.
Have fun. Don't slip and slide too much.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
Volume's on.
Can I text you?
The volume is up.
All right, volume is up. Let me see where you were at. I'm just going to say, okay, ready?
Go. Hit the button.
And Lucy, put supper on the stove, my dear, because this ball game is over.